Okay, I'm still here with Paul Powis, Captain Paul Powis actually. Paul's been a guide on Lake Erie for the most part for over 30 years now. And I want to talk to you today about, we're both Cannon guys.
Yes, sir.
I'm now a Cannon guy, I should say. I want to talk to you about your favorite features on this Cannon Optimum downrigger.
Yeah, for sure. So the new Canon Optimum, they came out last year, and it's the first year I had them on the boat, and I was very excited about it. And I'm still learning what it does. It's one of those things that's got all kinds of features. You asked me what my favorite things are. One of them is you can zero the Cannonball. I fish a lot of rough water. There's nothing where I got a wrap on the boat. There's nothing worse than Cannonball taking gouges out in rough water. So I can zero it. I can put it down 2 or 3 feet so it's in the water. And when I hit, it tells it it's 0 at -3. So it stops 2 feet down below the water surface.
Gotcha, okay.
So I hit auto up, it comes up and stops. So then I can hand the client the rod, they can reel, I don't have to worry about adjusting it.
That's something I wasn't doing already, and I do have a nick on this side where the ball kicked off a wave.
Well, not only will it, that might be an issue for some guys too, losing equipment, for if it's swinging and banging.
Spinning and kinking the line.
Kinking the line. You set it at -3 and away you go. The other thing that I like about it too is it can talk through Bluetooth to my other electronics, be it my Humminbird, I've got a Helix 12,
yes,
and or also my Fishhawk.
So if we're running Humminbirds, which I am, these products are made by the same manufacturer.
Correct.
And we don't even need to run a wire to it.
You don't even have to run a wire. You can take out your cell phone, you can sync it with the Canon app right to your rigger.
Yes.
All your downloads and the rest of it, it's all your stuff's on your phone.
That app.
And downrigger not found because it's your
Not turned
riggers
on,
and my
yep.
phone. But Bluetooth settings, retry pairing, so you can pair your downriggers together. You make one your master, the other the slave. Your master will give you all that data, and you can share it between riggers.
So this is something I have asked you before, and I didn't get it going this summer because I guess by the time I got all my rigs set up, that's really cool to have that bottom track.
Unbelievable. So a lot of the lake trout guys, the fish are closer to the bottom. If the bottom contours are changing from 60 to 65 to 68 to 60, you can set it that it's so far off the bottom and it stays there. The
So
other
it's just going to go up and down on its own.
Yeah, so you don't load up the rod as much, so you're going to see the rod's going to go heavier like this when it goes down, and it'll start to come up like that.
Right.
So the other thing I do when the Steelies are on, I'll put it on a 2-foot cycle. Set the rod at 35, and it goes from 35 to 37, just back and forth. And a lot of times when you see it switching from 35 to 37, bam.
Well, that's huge too. It's giving you different track and different, like the bait's moving up.
I think it's teasing it because, again, we can't think like fish, but we try to. You're following a bait, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? It starts to get away on you, damn,
right.
It triggers a strike. It's a reactionary bite.
Yeah, and that's right up my alley. I'm a bass tournament guy, and we fish jerk baits so aggressively, we're trying to make it look like it's getting away.
It's cadence, and you try to, like wounded bait fish is one, but wounded bait fish trying to get away. The other thing too is if you slow it on the down as it's slowing down, looks like it's trying to get away, but it actually stalls for a second. If they're opportunistic feeders too, that slowdown might trigger a strike.
Right, so many things that can come into play. So I haven't tried that either. That up and down makes a lot of sense.
You can cycle it. You can cycle it whatever distances you want. The only thing for me is I never had that for the longest time, and as soon as I see that rod, I'm like, oh, it's the cycle. It's the cycle.
Okay, well, thanks for that, Paul. So that's just a few of the really cool features. This will do a lot more.
It does a lot. The beauty of it is you can take information off here, true depth at ball with the Fishhawk too. So you can have it set at 60, and it's really 57.
Gotcha.
So you can use your
angle back of the
bull back. You can look at your graph. You can, and a lot of people will run plotter on one side and fish finder on the other, and they use their plotter on their crosshairs on the plotter side.
Okay.
You can switch to the left screen and use your plotter on where the fish are. So I'll see hooks. A lot of times, guys, what do you get them at 40? I'll bring that down and I'll put the crosshairs on. It's only 37, right in the center of the hooks, so you can dial it in that much closer.
Right. Now you mentioned Fishhawk a second ago. We're going to do a separate video.
Okay, yeah, because
I don't fully understand that. That's more technology. It's really important if you're getting into this in a big way. Thanks for that, and we'll do maybe next summer when we're out, we'll do a full video on the Optimum.
Perfect.
Okay, thanks, Paul.
All right, man.